Hey everybody, it's Nicole here, and I'm back with another book review. Shocking, huh? So now since it's the summer, I am hoping to get reviews out all the time. So this is just going to be a huge YouTube channel, book reviews, and the occasional music video review, movie review, whatever you want to call it. So today's book review is The Black Isle by Sandi Tan, or no, Sandi Tan. Okay, just want to make sure. So this is the third and final book so far that my friend has given me as part of a gift that she was bestowing upon me. Very, very different. If you remember the last two books I reviewed, Falling for Hamlet and The Uncoupling, more like lovey stories. Black Isle, nothing like that. There are love not triangles, but there are couples and love issues, but not like anything at all. Basically, it's about this girl, Ling, and this takes place during, this is early. She's like in the 1920s, taking you through some time there, and I believe we end it maybe around 1990s. So it's quite the lifetime. And it's about this girl Ling and her family, and Ling has a twin brother, Lee. And you start off with a family, and there's twin girls that are also involved, and it's interesting. And at first it's just about their childhood, and then something kind of shifts because, spoiler alert coming at you, Ling has the power to see ghosts. Yes, this is how we suddenly got different. Ling can see ghosts, and it's hard because she at first tells people about this, and I wouldn't say I mean, she doesn't know any better. She's definitely a kid when she first figures this all out. And so she sees ghosts, and then her parents, or her father per se, uproots part of her family. So then she's going to the place called the Black Isle, or we could say the Isle, and this is where pretty much all of the story ends up taking place after that. And it's interesting, and you're going through, and you see her progress, and you're watching her grow up, and she's telling you all these things about what's going on, and the ghosts that she sees, and it's crazy, and it's creepy. There are different points in the book where I just, like, I'm interested in the ghost world. If I was to see a ghost tomorrow, I'd probably freak out, but the paranormal is always interesting. So to see her deal with these ghosts, it's different from other books I've read describing ghosts. Some of them she can interact with, some of them are just, she can't. It's not even like she can't interact with them, it's just they're so caught up in their own death that they can't really interact. They just keep replaying their death over and over again, or this one part of their life, or they're just like, it's not happening. So she goes through life, and she can see ghosts, and there's also, occasionally there are creatures. Most of them are like ghosty kind of creatures, but there's like one that's kind of different and demonic, and that one's creepy. And I think it got really, really chilling for me when I started picturing it. So, I mean, if you can read a book without picturing anything that they're talking about, I don't know if that's possible, but if you can, then it probably won't be that creepy. But it can be really creepy. I wouldn't say it's nightmare-inducing, I guess. I mean, it depends how scared you are. I'm a scaredy cat, and I'm not, like, freaking out over it. So it depends. It's a really good story, although there are multiple moments where I wish Ling would do different things. Or her interactions, especially with male characters. If you read this, you'll understand what I'm saying. There are times when I really wish she would just not listen to male characters, or just get away from them or something. Some of the characters in the book that are male, I want to just smack in the face. Sometimes I get over that, and then there are other characters who I just all day, every day, just smack them in the face. One in particular, technically two, but one of them's actually kind of not like pathetic, but he almost turns out to be a pathetic person or man. The second one, though, constantly makes me want to hit him over the head. And then there's like one moment where it reaches its peak and she discovers it and you discover it and you're like, ooh, things that I want to say, but I'm trying to keep my channel PG right now. But all in all, great story. I definitely give this a 4 or 4.5, really, on my little 1 to 5 mini scale here, for what it's worth. I really enjoyed the book. Definitely, as I've said before thousands of times in this video already, creepy, but pretty awesome creepy. The ending, I think the ending, after all of the book's hype in general, the ending kind of just, whew, you know, it was like going up and going down and so that stings because I was like, I wanted it to end at some points and I was just like, I want to find out what happens, and then it would end and then I'd be like, no, I don't want it to end, and then it ended and I was like, ooh. So I think endings are definitely hard though, but credit to Sandy Tan because it's a crazy book. So if you're looking for something creepy and different and not all about love and things with weird stuff, you should check out The Black Isle. Again, it's the 1920s through, I would say the 1990s, Japan. I probably should have mentioned that before. There's Japan, there's Shanghai, and of course there's our lovely Isle, or the Black Isle. So check it out if you're interested. As always, like, message, rate, comment, etc. Love the feedback. Just went to the library today, took out 4 books. Hopefully I can finish those and get those to you ASAP. So enjoy the day. It's a lovely Monday, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.